Alright, Mike's there. Next thing's to check levels, because levels were weird yesterday where the music was barely hearable and I was fine, which is preferred, but I'd like a better mix, basically, is where I'm coming from. So I'll actually need to mute the music for a minute. We'll come back to it. And then I will check that out. See what the mix is like. I raised it a little bit, so I might be too loud, right? Or it might be too loud. Oh, I need to switch. So it comes through the headphones. There we go. All right, go back over here. Super high octane. Oh, further back, please. Like that was fine. Okay, me talking though. Okay, well, it takes a while to get there. Almost. I use the word hearable. Audible, Cody. Audible. The word is audible. Skip track. That'll work. Sure. Sure. Mess with the mix a little bit this way as well. Get the mic out of my face a little bit. Turn it down a little bit there, and then I'll turn it down for me. Because I want to hear it, but I don't need it to blast my eardrums off. I'm not there yet. Getting the coffee. Ah. A little bit behind on cleaning, so I'm using a coffee cup I don't usually use. Gosh. Not like a big one today for anything. In fact, the only thing I'm thinking of doing isn't like spectacular. But I mean, I'm going to have fun, hopefully. It could take a while. It's the one worry, and probably have to leave in about an hour. So I'm not 110% sure we'll get it done before I gotta go. But title of this one right: New Adventures needs new challenges. New challenges requires training. Now training I defined kind of odd today, so don't take it too literally unless it applies to your particular case, in which case please do. If you're boxing, train before you're gonna fight somebody else, right? Don't just go on in there. But basically, so there's been some good stuff. Yesterday wasn't like what it could have been, which is good. A lot of ways it could have been not so great. That's a bunch of animal tracks. Mainly want paw prints. Followed through on some things I really wanted to follow through, which was the smart thing to do. Ex-coworker of mine gave me a couple tips on some folks looking for dog sitting. So that was cool. One of them was a bust by the time I got back to him. But then the other, a wonderful lady, and we had a good chat, and we'll see if that gig goes through by the end of the month, which is cool. I'm already in motion there. So we're basically going that direction today. You'll see what I mean. This could take a while because I got to cut up a ton of pictures, and like since I don't use Photoshop, the app I'm using isn't. I don't think the ease of use for the advanced direction I need to do this is there. But we'll see. We'll see. it just means I'll be moving slower. Um, so what's all this about, right? What the fuck are you talking about, Cody? Um, no spoilers in here as far as I'm aware. So I've already cut out, or not cut out, but downloaded many pictures. So I want to cut out pups from my work history over those years. And then we're going to place them on a background. And we're going to place me on a background. And I'm going to make a poster, basically, is what we're doing today. It's you can do this for like any kind of gig, right? It's just graphic design work. But I want oh, is that Young Darby? Oh, that's cute. God, yeah, I think it's from years ago, isn't it? Yeah, 2 years, 3 years ago, yeah. This poor pup, she got old, let's just say that. And last I saw her, she wasn't moving as great as she could. Let's put this one. So I don't need to do like a bunch of photos, but I want to imply my main goal with this, right, is to attract attention and to show that I've worked with and been around many kinds of dogs. And so every photo I'm downloading now, we got to cut out at least the face of the critter. Then apply them to this paw print background, and we're gonna make some gorilla-esque poster layout with my contact info, and I'll start that way while I'm waiting for Rover, the app I want to go through just to make the taxes part of it easier, and it adds, reliability for folks in terms of not reliability, accountability, so that folks can feel a little bit safer until they get to know me. Ah, baby Lita. How was Lita at the shelter? One of her first meals coming home. I love my baby Lita. Yeah, I can't. I don't think they need me to do snakes, but okay, some aren't loading. So we'll start with a handful. I don't know how many pics I'll need, right? Like, basically, all we're gonna do is some of these will work out like that one. Like, boom, that was quick and easy. And now I can just save as a PNG. Boom. Done. Like, the first one's done. That's Boris. It was one of my coworkers' pups. Some of these are going to be actually pretty easy. Excellent. Oh, I cancel. Didn't save as a PNG. Oh, it'd be great if I can get most of these done just automatically. That would be dope. Give me 1 second. The other gig I got today just got contact with me, so I gotta confirm the time. Skip track. Okay, it should be fine. Okay. Got her. Doberman. Oh, and possibly the retriever too, huh? I mainly want the Doberman. So what you do in that case? Crop. Alright, this is going way faster than I thought. The automatic is actually doing its job really, really well. Oh, I didn't apply the crop. Apply the crop. Then save. Overwrite. There we go. Okay. Yep, that worked. Okay. Got her, got them. I'm gonna skip the Pyrenees. You know what? I'm okay with the retriever in there too. Such a good soundtrack for it's just the North Star game. I think it's Ken's Rage. Love this track. Pyrenees, got Portuguese water now. I think is right here. Okay, well that's fine. We'll finish that and then I'll crop it. This is going way faster than I thought it was going to go, honestly, folks. I was super nervous that I would have to manually do every one of these pops. Which would be a hell of a thing, but totally doable. Little shepherd puppy, I forgot her. We would get a lot of shepherds. Like, a lot of shepherds. Oh man, this app is way better at cutting things out of real pictures compared to like drawn works. I guess I should crop them. I should be cropping all these just so that's easier to work with when I do the main thing, so we'll do that. Puppy, this kiddo. Perfect. I just gotta crop the sucker. There's gonna be some shadow stuff that's weird, right? But honestly, compared to the amount of work a lot of other people would put into what I'm doing right here, I think this will stand out quite a bit when we're done. And it's just for guerrilla advertising. I need to do if I want to keep doing the work I love as much as I love, in whatever form I can make it. So that's what we're doing. Oh, that's her tail. Perfect. Okay, cool, cool, cool. Finish, crop. Fly. Save as, PNG, save. Oh, okay. This might be enough. Oh, is that the last one? No. What am I? Oh, okay. On to this. No, perfect. Okay. Background. Good. This app. Thanks to this stuff. Oh, see, there's one. Restore. So one thing that's been nice about working in comics, it's taught me a lot and forced me, honestly, to learn a lot of skills I probably would not have learned otherwise, just straight up. This is one of them, and I'm very grateful to Dollar Coins. He's the one who got us this software, basically. One form or another. I don't remember if I bought it and he was just like, dude, you gotta go get this, or if he actually got this one for me. I think he got the in fact, I know he got the video editing software for me. Shared it with me. And this was stuff I always wanted to learn, but I was just never did until, I don't know, relatively recently. I haven't seen Silky for a while. Oh, because she used to work there. Yeah, God, it's been a while since I've seen Silky. Good pup. A little troublesome here and there, but good pup. Ooh, baseline in this track. I like it. I'm always going to be biased towards bass-driven songs. I want Darby. There's Silky again. Stoley. Eddie right there. Surprised Griffin isn't in this. I think that might be Macy. Yeah. Okay, let's see what it grabs. Okay, no. Yeah, that's fine. We're gonna crop this sucker, see if that helps it focus. Then I know for a fact I also have a couple more photos that are obvious to grab. What are you barking at, pup? He's very barky today. Yeah, that's much better. Oh, no. Save as. Save. Persona's an incredible soundtrack as well. Surprise! It says folks are here. Say howdy if you'd like. I'm around. But if you just want to watch and look at the cute pups, like, please feel free to. It's gonna be fun putting this together. I don't call myself an artist, but man, do I love me some art. Okay. Crop this one. Basically, I might be doing too much work. Like, I don't know if we'll use every photo I edit here, but... Nah, I like it. Alright. There's probably a more efficient way to utilize the software too than that. Oh, I gotta have Duke on there. Fucking love this. I'm going to miss the shit out of Duke. 230 pounds. Okay, no, that was right. As long as it got his tail. Yep. Um, oh, right on. I hope that's going well for you. Yeah, I'm just it might not be that entertaining of something to listen to. I'd say it's probably more visually stimulating, but thank you, Mrs. Asian. Thanks for saying that. I'm glad you're stopping by, and thank you for offering to bake bread for my goofy situation. Um, Symbolically, that means quite a lot, and I'm very grateful. It's, words aren't ever enough. But I got my first potential client already. Yesterday evening, I spoke to a woman who has 3 standard poodles and doesn't want to board them, which when they're 13, and that's why I quit part of it. She needs somebody stopping to the Airbnb they're going to be staying at. Watch them for a few hours while she does the stuff that she's here for, which I guess is a daughter's art show. So if that works out, I already have my first client, which is incredible. And it's kind of why I wanted to make sure I. Okay, I did already do that. Yeah, it's fine. I can't forsake the energy I'm being given on this. If I do, I'm just gonna end up in some trouble. Callie and Eddie. And I had all these pictures from work, right, over the years. And I thought, hell, if they could, they'd want to help me. And this is a way they can, right? Uh, yeah, that's what I'm doing. We're gonna make an advertisement. Throw my phone number on it, and then I'll do the gorilla one alongside actually going through the app Rover. But Rover, I need, like, every picture I've sent of me, they say, oh, you need a higher def picture, so I need to get a hold of somebody's camera or something. So that's a whole nother bit before I can use Rover, because apparently every picture I've used isn't crisp enough, is the term they use. Man, I don't have good cameras, folks. But I get why. It's a solvable situation, right? So I'll get there, but this is something I can do now, right? It's a lot to cut out. Let's see if it'll do it. Pretty good. Pretty good. The only thing I want to do is this fella's paws. See, what you're supposed to do if you're a pro is I'm supposed to just go like really close in and do it. But almost good enough for government work. Oh, let me see. Did he ever reply back? No. Oh, part of Eddie's face is cut off too, eh? Eddie, you need your face. There you go, Edward. All right. Yeah. Okay. Cool. Crop it, Cody. finish, then crop and coat. Apply. Okay. And then I think it's just mine. And then we'll see what we got to work with, if I need anything else. But, oh, I want that one with Stoli, though. Oh, I don't want this one. Okay, no, we're not done. We got many more. And I gotta get Lita on the poster, too. It'd be dumb if I did. So. Because, like, I didn't do too much with the smaller dogs, but I worked with the smaller pups, too. It wasn't my primary bit, but, like, I did do it. In fact, being able to do that work with the smaller dogs completely changed my opinion, which I had had for a while, because most of the smaller dogs I had interacted with through my childhood were jerks. I want the one with Stoli. I think that's that one. Okay, so we'll get this with Lita. I love her gaze right there. She's telling me, don't you dare take my pig. Automatically? Yeah. It's so much better on real photos than it is when I was working with line art or colored art. Definitely can tell that this was more built for that. Which is funny to me because you think it'd be harder, but I guess the algorithm can lean harder into the realism and the lighting and stuff that's present in real photos compared to line work, which is, it makes sense. And then the photo I've been wanting to use, like this one I wanted to use for the ad on Rover, but it says it's too blurry, so screw them. I'll use the one that I really wanted to use that they said the face was in the way. Yeah, it's fine. Apply. Change background automatically. Edit. Restore. That's my baby kid. Don't have many good photos. Like, I'm not a photo guy. It's not something I do. Like, but yeah. Again, I'll have to find somebody to help me take a good photo for Rover here in the coming weeks. Looks like a lot of that's actually see-through. Howdy, Mr. Schmeling. We're making a guerrilla advertisement for me. Which is a skill I did not have not too long ago. Okay, and then I still need Stoli, though. I want Stoli playing. I love that dog so very much, and he passed of cancer last year before. In fact, I was the one who sniffed out something was wrong with him on that front. Heartbreaking, but this guy, and that's his sister, Sissy, who I love very much as well. I want to get Mr. Stoli. I wish I had a better, more personal picture of Mr. Stoli, but this'll have to do. Yeah, that's kind of what I expected. Edit. Restore is exactly what I want. That'll do. It's too small, really, and low def to be a big old picture on the final poster anyway. Alright! Let's see if that'll work. Thing is, like, my printer does not print colors very well. So we're gonna have to. I'm gonna have to actually go to a print shop and get these printed out. But I only need like 10 of them. Oh, it's not how it works, Cody. Playing the instrument wrong. All right. Insert image. There we go. Something like right here. Oh, and then what I'll want to do is I'll need a bleed. I don't know, about this long of white that I can then put my number and contact as a tear off, right? I'll figure it out. Let's do the fun part first. Big old Lita. You don't need to be that big Lita. Oh, see, this is why you plan things out better. Because I would want this to have been at the bottom over here. That works. Yeah, it's fine. I got a lot of images to work with. Oh, and then I'll have to get a logo, won't I? I don't have a title for this business or anything, but I can just put like pet sitting, right? Like, I just gotta leave space for it. I'm not a graphics designer, folks. So. If any of you are and are screaming, I am so sorry. I'll grab eyes, right? And it looks fun. That's the bit, right? I don't know. I haven't had to do this kind of stuff before. But you folks know me. I do have an entrepreneurial spirit, so I'm happy to give it a go. That's Miss Molly. I've known that's Miss Molly. That's Miss Maya, the white and black pup. I'm gonna miss Mars and Maya. God, there's so many pups. I'm gonna miss so much. Okay. Okay. This one is such a sweetheart. Puppy. Mr. Smelling is doing design research for an indie comics project at the moment while hanging out. Right on. I hope that goes easy, well, and you find some great inspiration. Kind of messy, but I still think it'll do its job. Shiba Inu. Shibas are interesting pops, man. Oh, Boris. Boris is a tough little guy. He always played with the big dogs. Alright, let's look. See how bad I messed up. I don't think it's too bad. I don't think it's too bad. Alright, we need something that... Perfect. That was not hard at all to find. It's like something that's gentle, right? Ugh, no. Red's probably too aggressive, yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's gentle. Howdy, Infinity. Sure. Tentatively. Thank you so much. I'll check what time it is and all that. I gotta figure out. Yes, is 10. I don't see why not at the moment, but I'll have to check. Then thank you. I'd appreciate it. Transparent, please. Next. Save image as. Doing, making a poster for a gig. Perfect. It's a nice thing about comic book work. Oh, well, that's kind of... would dox my phone number if I do this last bit on stream, folks. Phone number is going to go right here. So just imagine there's a phone number there. And beyond that, this is what the final poster is going to look like. So let me save as. It's a TIFF. Destination folder must be apps. Oh, let's save. Okay. Yeah, that's my bad. So I'll save this version. TIFF. Okay. Then we'll open it, look at it, and then I'll add the phone number somewhere else. Downloads. Isn't that where I saved it? Yeah, I thought so. What do you think? I like it, actually. With the phone number right there, right? Guerrilla marketing. We'll see how it goes. But, yeah. Let me check your message real quick, Mr. Infinity, and then I'll finish my poster there. Okay. Yes. Okay. Nothing else I missed there. Oh, simply says tomorrow. Okay. Depending on what time, but I don't see why not, Infinity. Let me go ahead. I'll message you that too, just in case you had to bounce from the stream, which I would not blame you for doing. But yeah, close all those, please, so I can type. Okay. Oh, because it's a TIFF. Okay, I gotta export one as a JPEG as well. We said a white background, it's JPEG. Yeah, that's fine. Okay. Alright, put the phone number into that logo creator. Alright! Okay, file, save as. And then basically I just gotta go buy a printer and print out, I don't know, 10 of these. I have a printer. Oh. Oh. How long has that been? Is my mic muted? Okay, good. Because that'll happen. I have a voice command that will turn off my mic and throw off the standby. So I don't know. I don't know why the standby was up, but it's okay. You were only missing this, so you're not missing much. Cool. And I just throw that on a thumb drive and take that with me to town today or tomorrow, depending on what my friend's schedule is. $7:30 a.m. Thursday. Fuck, that's early. Sure. So far, I have 3 live streams lined up too, so hopefully this will, the GoFundMe will actually fund pretty quick. And then I tried calling the lawyer I was gonna call yesterday, and the number was disconnected. So I don't know if somehow he's a holder fellow, right? So I don't know what that's about. So I gotta find another lawyer to try and get a hold of. There's one other I was gonna try before that guy that I tried messaging and emailing, and I never heard back, but I didn't call them. So that's the next one to try. I just want to get that done with. And you folks have been exceedingly kind in helping me feel better about the footing and doing so. I also today, at least, could guarantee I'm getting my final paycheck. I didn't even know with how that guy was treating me if I'd even get my paycheck from this week. But I got the message about your pay stub came in. It's like, oh, okay, good, thank goodness. So it cut the funk. It heard that F word out of cut. That's so weird. I never made much there, right? It was $13 an hour, and I didn't work a ton hourly, right? But it was enough to definitely be okay with my situation and have a little extra to, live life a little here and there. Enjoy, get some raids, commission folks, take care of my vehicle, take care of, other things that would come up. But with that gone, and this one being my last, it's I'm spooked. I'm not gonna lie. It's a scary situation to be in after 5 years and having such job security that I really like. A gig I did really enjoy up to the last couple months here. But trying to have faith. That's why I'm putting work in, and I'm trying to push forward, because I'd rather do a few of these things that I actually have, skill with, than, jumping on a busing or dishwasher gig or something goofy like that. Cool. All right, so I don't have to go for a little while. That's good. Makes it easier. Sorry. Man. Why did that come up again? Oh! I think I have a hotkey for that when I hit shift and something when I'm typing. It must be shift, like colon or something. That makes sense. That makes sense. I was supposed to move most of these hotkeys over to control, so it's less likely when I'm typing to trigger like the please stand by and all that. I said the phrase that's supposed to trigger it there. I love the voice bot thing because it does stuff like that. It keeps me on my damn toes. Sorry. Sorry, most of those are on shift and a key, and I had to type an apostrophe. God, I can't even. I just skipped using the apostrophe. Gosh. Okay. Okay, so that is done. I should probably close it just in case I dox myself by accident. And if that's done, that is done. What was the next step here then? There was a next step, I know that. My brain's just not doing it. Type, responding, talk. I like it too. Again, like I spent way too long on that and use it far too little now. But it's a lot of fun. My point in it sometimes was so that it would either pop up randomly or, you know, I could reward folks. My main plan was if this channel ever gets to the point where it could accept donations or whatever, I could have a trigger from Twitch, or I could have a trigger because of a super chat, you know, things like that, right? Because it's very kablam, it's supposed to be kind of a thank you. But yeah, Mrs. H, did you see the final poster? Quote unquote final. The version I would show you folks doesn't have the phone number on it. Believe it or not, this does not get hit. This is the theme song to Fist of the North Star anime. I'm very surprised it doesn't get hit. Skip track. It's a really cool track. Let's get off of this and let's move on over to this. Yeah. Oh, well, it's gonna go back to metal though when I skip over here. Oh well. There we go. So that. What do you think? Does it come off gentle enough? And like, here's a bunch of stuff I've done. I would have liked to have gotten cats on there. The only cat I had pics of though is mine. So that didn't really work. And then I had a couple pics of snakes too. But yeah, that was that. It actually took a lot less time than I expected because again, the tool was way better than I expected it to be at cutting out realistic images. Yeah, I don't know, folks. I'm hopeful. Put the energy out. I don't know what it'll cost to get a couple because of the colors, right? I want the colors to pop so that, you know, people walking by it, even if they don't have pets, will be like, "What? Look at it!" And be like, "Oh, look at that." Groovy. Yeah, that's what I thought. I wanted the colors, and I'm in an art and hippie community, and so I thought the color base would do it as well. I don't know. I don't know. I like it at least, so we'll see. Main reason I don't want to. So I would rather do this stuff freelancing through again like this sign and the grill marketing and just personally dealing with clients. There's a lot of reasons for that. The reasons I don't is because I'm terrible with taxes. Um, and so I would like something that can give me the form and all the correct stuff because I don't know what I'm doing on that level like 90% of the time. I filed my own taxes most years off of my W-2, right? That's fine. Uh, but with how particularly the country is moving right now, they're going to start swinging. Uh, they obviously are running out of actual funds. The debt is skyrocketing, and they decided to hire 87,000 IRS agents. So the most likely goal of those 87,000, because it is much cheaper and more profitable to go after upper lower class and middle class folks than it is to go after the rich. The taxes of the ultra rich are significantly more demanding to go through and find errors from just by nature, right? Uh, I'm terrified that people would dig through and get pissy about, I do a bunch of side gigs, I pay a bunch of people side gigs. Like it's a weird one that I wish I understood a bit better. But anyway, that would be what I'd like to do is to just go through one of those so that it's taken care of. It's not going to be too hard unless this becomes a major success. In which case, yeah, then it might be hard to keep up with. But we'll see. We'll see. I've never made enough money to actually be required to file my income tax, so it's never been like I'm not terrified of it, but it is what it is. Um, so yeah, we'll see how this goes. We'll see how this goes. But yeah, there you go. Let me. I'm gonna run it by good old Dala Dala here. Uh, oh God, this thing's not typing. Does this do anything? Okay, it doesn't. Okay, that didn't do it. It's the hotkeys. Ah, okay. Skip track. That was just way too like. Okay. There we go. I reckon. Was that the point of this whole thing? Am I finished? I guess let's see. Tomorrow is Wednesday. Stream this evening. Hopefully. Yeah, I'll have time tomorrow to go get those printed. Okay, cool. Yeah, I think that'll work. I guess I could have made the phone number bigger. Hmm. Yeah, phone number could have been bigger. It's not bad though. I don't know. Is it still open? No. I might make the phone number bigger. So you folks can't watch that. Sorry. Oh, weird thing about this program is like it gets in a loop where it won't launch, or like it'll launch and then just instantly crash. That's the problem with this thing. I don't know why. It'll eventually work. It's just weird that like it's not consistent. Yeah, like right now it's just in this launch crash loop. I don't know if it's a memory thing or what the issue is. Oh, well, I know what that issue is right there. Okay. There you go. Maybe this time it'll work. Nope. Nope. I'll just have to keep launching it till it works. It's weird like that. Oh well. Makes me work for it. Okay, it worked this time. It's so weird. Okay, I want this one. And I want to insert the phone number. Which will go right here. And then let's get it bigger. Perfect. Much better, much better, much better actually. Save as, browse. I need you to save over the one where it was teeny, teeny, tiny. Save. Yes. As a TIFF, because I want it to print nice. Overwrite. Yes. Cool. Oh, alright, folks. We didn't talk like comics at all today. So, what can I talk about? I've only read 2 chapters of One Piece since yesterday, so not much to say there. Luffy's in an arena, trying to get Ace's fire fruit, or flame fruit. It says Aces. It's a weird. So Oda finally, and this is chapter 70, or volume 71. He finally addresses why there is only one of each devil fruit, and then how they would have names, right, and things attached to them like that. That's I was fine with the ride without that being explained, but anyway, he's using this to kind of explain it, and so when Ace, when a devil fruit user is passed, then their devil fruit remanifests in the world. That's the bit there, right? Yeah, so that was interesting to me, and that's why it could have a legacy, right? Because you wouldn't be the first one to have had that specific fruit because it comes back, and then so somebody named it, right? And then so they pass down the name, they find the fruit, and then when somebody famous or whatever dies, then somebody knows that fruit will be out there in the world again. It's pretty cool. I like the mechanic quite a lot for his world building. I think it's very, very neat. And the fact that he didn't feel he needed to explain that till, again, volume 71, chapter, 720 or something. Pretty neat. It's a lot of faith, and knowing exactly what you need to tell your reader at the right time. Very cool stuff. But like that's, I mean, that's all I got. That's all I got for you folks. I haven't read a Western comic in quite a bit of time. So again, I'm going to have to do that. There's quite a few IronVerse quickies in the queue that kind of need to be done. Radiant Rapture and Wrath 3 in particular on my list. I don't even know if I did Wrath 2. So it might be Wrath 2 and 3, and Radiant Rapture are like top of the list, and I want to do Sailor Rogowski as well. I'd like to do Chefs. It's behind me. There's quite a few. So now that I got more time on my hands, one way or another, and I want to be productive and such during that time, hopefully that's one of the areas you folks have seen more of. I want to continue to be useful in the creator-owned comics sector as best I can. Yeah, that's about it. That's about it. Would that work as a card too? Like as a business card, would that work? Maybe. Doesn't have to be anything special. Just like a smaller version of the same thing that I can just like hand out. I think it would. I think it would. So that's another idea. I might get posters and then like a handful of cards as well, and then I could go to a couple of the local. There's only, is there one I can think of that might be? I would go to 10,000 Wags, put it there, like that would be the place, but I don't know if the owner would be cool with that or not. I don't really want to start shit. More shit. But that would be the number one place to put like a stack of cards. So I don't know. I'll think about it if I'm brave enough to do that. But then there is a local pet play. Oh no! There's two. Cool. I can maybe get there and see if they'd be willing to have my cards there. Excellent. Okay. Cool. Schmeling. He's currently rereading the German My Hero Academia volumes. There's so much foreshadowing in early chapters. It's fun. Man, it sucks. So, I've been checking out the eBay alternative Mercari for a while. I like them quite a bit, by the way, folks. So if you're looking for something on eBay and can't find it, check out Mercari, and then vice versa. I've had very good experiences with Mercari. Basically, every listing has a make offer on it, so that's always nice, right? There's a direct messaging system, so it makes it easier for people to split up orders. So say they have a big manga lot that's a bunch of different stuff and you just want a piece of it, you can always message them and then they can send you just that, right? Like there's bits of that in it, which is really cool. I like it. And it's more kind of ground level. I found a lot of good manga on it. Anyway, recently there was an excellent deal on like the first 7 volumes of My Hero for like $30. For 7 volumes, right? I was like, oh, that's so good. But of course, I'm out of work now, so I couldn't pull the trigger on it because I really enjoyed the anime up until I stopped, which I guess maybe season 2. I don't remember as far as I got, but I got pretty far. As of like 3 years ago, right? So I know My Hero's been going on for a while. It's Japanese X-Men, and it deserves all the success it's found. Even the art style with how he does noses and stuff, and the characters. All Might is one of my favorite patriarchal examples in manga. There's a lot of really good ones, but he incredible. I really like his characterization. Anywho, I would have liked to, because I want to read the manga. I've never read the manga, but too bad. But yeah, I can recommend it, folks. Like I hadn't heard of Mercari till I started looking for hard to find manga stuff. Particularly, I think it was Inuyasha, the Viz Big volumes that were kind of hard to find. That I went there, and I scored some amazing deals on One Piece volumes as well. A lot of manga sold there. Yeah, I definitely didn't get to season 5, so that's good to know. I didn't really miss much on the story there. But the anime begins to leave out in a whole arc. That's not great. And you say it's essential. You go for the manga only in that case. The movies are great, though. I forgot there's movies. And usually with manga, anime movies, right, they're side quests, or like they can fit into the story, but they don't affect the story, right? So you can watch them standalone. Um, I really enjoyed Strong World, One Piece Strong World, with the which the guy, the lion, the golden lion, was mentioned in the manga for a minute when Luffy is going to Impel Down, right? Because he was one of the only people to break out of Impel Down, the golden lion. So that was cool. I was actually impressed with the film a lot more than I thought. I mean, the weird character designs and stuff, interesting. At least Oda did write it, so that was cool. I really enjoyed that. Another one, bring it up again. The Inuyasha films, the four of them. Was it Sword of the Honorable Warrior, or Honorable Sword of the Honorable? I don't know. It's about Sesshomaru and Inuyasha's father. Ruler, Sword of the Honorable Ruler. I fucking love that film so much, and it's of course completely outside of the canon of the manga. So I like that stuff. The movies do add. Okay, as for One Piece, the movies are always fun. Got the soundtrack for the Stampede movie. I haven't gone. I'm trying to. I want to catch up. So it took me a while. I didn't want to watch Strong World until I was about that point through the manga, right? Just to make sure in case there was anything. Um, then there's this weird. So there was another one that was weird where they readapted. They've done it twice, and I'm curious about the Alabaster one. But they also did it for Chopper's arc. I forgot what that is. Where the what that one's called. Where they recruit Chopper as their doctor, right? And I started the Chopper one, and I was really liking it. But then Frankie's there, Brooke is there, Robin's there. Like, it completely recontextualizes Chopper's position in the crew because of the order in which he was recruited. It was very weird, and I love the animation. Was unique. It was different than the other One Piece films and the anime, right? Like it definitely had a higher budget, and it went for a different kind of style, which I liked. I liked it a lot. It just I couldn't hang because it was just so unfaithful, and it's trying to retell this thing. But I looked at the Alabaster one, and that doesn't look like it made the same choices, but I couldn't say. It's just weird that they chose to have the full crew. Oh, and that was the other thing too. It wasn't the Mary Go, it was the Sunny. That one bugged me too, because Frankie's there, right? So it's the Thousand Sunny instead of the Mary Go. And the Mary Go's like a huge, like, I mean, one of the memes is only a true master can make you cry over a ship in a manga, right? Like, the Mary Go storyline is wonderful. The spirit of a ship coming back and keeping it sailing through all this crap that shouldn't have worked, and Usopp's like really cruddy repairs, actually doing enough because of the spirit of the ship. Love the crew so much it would take care of them. It's one of the things that resonated with 40K, the machine spirit. I've noticed in my own life, you know, you treat your tools, your vehicles, whatever, right, and they treat you right sometimes far beyond what they should be able to. And I just loved how Oda addressed that with the Mary Go. And having that taken out bothers me. But if you're just watching a One Piece movie and you're just trying to show people and give them like maybe a flavor of One Piece, that would work, right? If nobody's like super involved in it and you want to show them all the characters and then do that, really, Chopper's arc is really cool. It's probably a great way to do it. But man, I couldn't do it. So maybe after I caught up on the manga and I'm hungry for more One Piece, I'll check those out. But that's interesting to know that My Hero Academia is actually like interwoven, in which case I need to just either continue watching the anime or get a hold of the manga at some point. I really did like My Hero Academia. I'm not a Midoriya or whatever his name is. It's fine. It really, for me, it's All Might and a lot of the adults that carry it for me. But only as far as I've watched, right, or have seen. So yeah, it's been a while since I've watched it too, so I can't really speak even in detail. But I know it's good. I was enjoying it before it became that big hit it became in the U.S., where people are like, "Oh, look, it's that vibe from X-Men we loved that X-Men isn't doing anymore." That's what bugs me a lot. It's like they just recontextualized X-Men. And the other bit that bugged me, so the hook for My Hero is like, is this guy going to be like a Batman? Is he going to somehow be able to rise up and keep up with all these superpowered individuals as a normal person? And they're like, no. No, he's getting powers too. But then his powers became interesting, so I was fine with it. You know, it's the legacy powers from All Might. It's really cool. But I still would have liked the same story, but instead it's the more of an underdog where he doesn't have powers, but somehow he's able to figure out how to do it as a normal person. I think that would be a really cool story. I don't know. I mean, Academia has the possibility of telling that story, and it might have. It's just not through its main protagonist. It does really great character development. The characters do learn and change their behavior according to what they experience. Yeah, I like that a lot. Again, I really did enjoy it. Eraserhead. Oh, I love Eraserhead. His little cocoon. Right? And he's just his constant red eyes because he just has to stare at him so your powers don't work. And that's basically, he's very close, right? Because that's a power that only affects other people's powers, right? So that's pretty close to what I'm talking about. Eraserhead is. So that's true. There is kind of something like that because that's not a personal power he has, and he still had to become physically capable and able to do that. But he can bring everyone lower, right, by just staring at him. That's true. I like him a lot too. But yeah, the sleeping bag. There's some fun stuff in My Hero. It really is. Underdog, go for the Vigilante. Yes, I've heard that's really good. It's a prequel and deals with the Vigilanteism, more street level. Yeah, I'm very curious about that. And I've heard good things about it too, actually. And I'm always glad when a spin-off can be as good, if not better. So yeah, I might start there, in fact, if I'm going to collect it at any point, right? We'll see once my life stabilizes. I've got plenty to read still, and I want to go through... my goal after I finish One Piece is I want to dive... I'd like to finish Inuyasha too, but it's just been... I hit a point where I'm just like not involved with it anymore. It sucks. But I would like to go back through Battle Angel Alita from the start and do take a bunch of notes and then do either one really long video on it or a bunch of micro videos, because it was one of the first like manga I really fell in love with, and there's a lot of reasons for it, and I'm so glad it got a film. It sucks it doesn't seem like the sequel's going to happen because they crammed like 5 arcs into that first movie and they handled it all right. But there's a lot of really good arcs that a sequel could have hit on as well. Yes, that's you. Yes, Razorhead's your spirit animal. It's great. It also does a lot of decent world building. Oh, that's good. You began to buy some One Piece volumes since the Kaido arc. Cool. Of course, I'm not there. I think I'm in Dressrosa. Because the crew's in Dressrosa. Luffy's in a Coliseum in Dressrosa fighting for the Flame Fruit. So I think I'm at Dressrosa. I don't know though, because what sucks is like the mangas are labeled by arc, but like volume 64 through like 88 is called New World, right? And there's a bunch of smaller arcs within New World. Punk Hazard's one of them, stuff like that. Whereas previous volumes, like it was actually the arc East Blue was East Blue, and that's what it was. To be fair, though, I think it goes East Blue, and then there's Arlong Park, right? So I guess it's been pulling that off the whole time. And like Water 7 might have a couple different arcs in there, but I still consider Water 7. So I don't know. But the biggest one is just how much is called New World up until what, Wano? So it's hard for me to figure out. Yeah, like Fishman Island too is part of New World. It's weird. It's weird how like they labeled the arcs on the manga volumes compared to what they actually should be. Yeah, it's weird. It's weird how One Piece does it. Dressrosa, yes. It takes a while, had some slow moments, but one of the most satisfying. Cool, I'm excited. So I'm very curious how this Coliseum thing shakes out. And then, of course, like he's holding the Kara, who's going to get the Flame Fruit? So yeah, masterful. I really liked Punk Hazard too. I didn't think I was going to like the Gas Fruit guy as a villain, but like he gave him a great personality for what he was. You hated the guy the whole time. He's manipulating and drugging kids to make them into giant super soldiers who are going to die before they're like 5 years, 10 years old or something like that. But he's just like testing it, right? Because the greatest scientist in the world, who they keep alluding to, and I'm again super excited. He's great at these little carrots. Meeting Dr. Vegapunk. I'm really excited to see what that's like, because he's kept Vegapunk very ambiguous, right? Like, he's made him morally good, but what he does for the world government doesn't always result in good. Again, it's science as a tool, right? So I really like how Oda's characterized him so far. And now the closest we've gotten to Vegapunk is I've gotten to Vegapunk is a backward shadow where he's telling Caesar Clown, the gas fruit guy, you're gonna kill all these people on this island. Like, why are you doing this? You're disbanded and thrown out. So far, he's tried to lean towards Dr. Vegapunk being a really good force, a force for good, but that his efforts often leading to, like the pacifistas, leading to darkness. And I think that's a great way to present your top scientist, because it's science, right? Beautiful, beautiful way to express it. But yeah, I'm excited. I mean, he's done really well so far. And again, Queen Odahime's arc. I couldn't stand Fishman Island much. It took me forever to get through. But then Queen Odahime on how to deal with racial relations, which is a crazy topic to attempt when he was doing that. Beautifully expressed. I've never seen anyone express the concept of basically colorblindness and integration, and how... Okay, South Park did it once during the episode where Chef's getting really pissed because the South Park flag is a bunch of people hanging a black dude, and then by the end of it, the big bit is like the kids didn't see a bunch of different colored people hanging a black man; they just saw a bunch of people doing something stupid, and that in One Piece, Queen Odahime's bit is, if you continue to carry all of this hate per generation, you teach the new generations to carry a flame that they were never directly hit, then it won't ever die. There will never be any integration, and no hope. And her bit of it, of just like, the children don't need to fucking see this. We need to create a better future for them, and they're the ones to do it. So you can't do it that way. So pretty. So well done. That's when I was like, oh wow, this art got good, and I couldn't stop it. Once Oda got to that point, I again, like, the only two cases I've ever seen that spectrum of racial relations dealt with in a narrative sense in that kind of way. Of course, South Park did it with more humor and, like, you know, blunter and crasser, I guess would be the term. But yeah, Oda just somehow manages to stress the reader's patience, yes, and right in time delivers a satisfying moment before the interest fades. Yep, bingo. Howdy, Lysbar, you'll show me a better future. Well, I hope so. Every day I hope so. Well, how long have I been? An hour and a half? That's not bad. And I did the poster, which I thought was going to take, 2 hours. Tomorrow, 4 p.m. I think so. I've got a bunch of streams coming up, which I appreciate folks reaching out and being like, I'll give you a platform to talk about your troubles and your work. And that means a lot. Let's go over here. Let's go over... Oh God, where is it? Over here. This track's a little depressing, isn't it? that's funny. I was just talking about RJ. Yesterday's stream, I think it was. I was talking about RJ. It came up, right? Alejandro. We'll see how it goes. That's funny. It's alright. I've never been afraid to confront people whose like work is not my vibe. Like I can appreciate it on its levels, but it's like not something I want to read. That's funny that'll be a thing. Okay. Skip track. Sure. And just that one was like, that's the end of a movie. Everything's like calming down. The destruction's still everywhere, but the hero won, but he's all beat up, kind of stuff. Too bad I weren't at Bell County. The legend of the Fajita King will live on in police reports and the scarred minds of everyone there. Yeah, I have no idea. The fact that police reports. I didn't watch your video on it yet either, Elias Bar. My instead of doing something enjoyable this weekend, instead other things happened that were not fun. So to do with my work and my work situation. So my focus has been elsewhere. But I'm so glad. It seems like a lot of people had a great time and a lot of comics were sold and that. So I gotta watch your video and then I'll get a little bit more context on what this Fajita King debacle is involving the one and only Daquan. But yeah, I would have loved to have been there, Lexbar. I would have loved to, but just it was not going to happen, which sucks. But once things stabilize for me, hopefully I'll actually be in a much better position to be able to do it next year, either financially or just like time-wise. But we'll see. We'll see. Erky Durky. What'd you hear, Miss Lita? She's been on guard the last couple of days. I guess she could feel how I'm feeling. So she's like, I got you, Dad. I'll protect you. Yeah. It's alright, kiddo. She's laying on the bed. She's she thought she heard something. Yeah, she's such a good girl. Hour and a half? Yeah, we're about an hour 35. I wish I had more to talk about. I could always gush on what I have been reading and what I've learned through those readings. I keep talking about like what I need to read, right? There's a lot. And that's the main comic end of this, which bothers me because should be. Either one applies. It pisses me off. Have more production updates for you folks, but over the years, I've learned not to push it too hard because it even if I do, it doesn't really change things. And I should know how collaborating with these individuals is by now. So it is what it is. The plan is between a wonderful colorist and line artist. We should still be on schedule from what I'm talking about. It's just likely they're going to do what has happened many times, and it's going to be squeaked right about the a little before it's far too late. Like, it pisses me off, but not much I can do about it. This is the team that needs to be working on this, and they have their own lives and they have their other things to balance. And I found Jack always arrives when and as it should, so I'm not terrified of it. It's just it's the patience in between aggravates me, because again, I should have some kind of update for you folks, but the last update I was able to show was my sketch cards that I did, which I need to do another draw stream on that this week, which I should, unless these other streams take up all my time. Which it won't, because again, I have more time now. Page 9. So we'll see. We'll see. There's other stuff I could do, like, but I don't really want to share it, right? Because it's spoiler territory. Is the lettering script, which I do to the finished pages. I could do those first 9 pages of the lettering script. I could do them on stream, or I could show you folks like bits of it. But I'm not a letterer. It's just the lettering script, basically, so I can feel out how it feels on the page per image, and just how it flows word-wise, and cut out things what needs to be cut out, or add things that need to be added. Mostly it's usually cut out to affect the flow of the pages. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see. There's things that can be done to fill time on updates, but don't need to, like, right away. So we'll see. We'll see. I do very much wish we had more updates for you folks on that end. Instead, yep. Steve's been on 2 books a month coloring this year, which is incredible. They're monthlies, right? And so stoked about that. It's funny when just talking about that, right? And he sends a message to our group chat about the other things that are going on. That's good stuff. Again, the energy around this project I adore. It's just it tries patience. That's for sure. And I guess that just means I need to learn better patience and find. I need another collaborator probably for this next thing I want to do. It's just how it goes. I would need at least, if I want to. God, it would be nice to get like 3 pages done a week on this thing. I would love to go full on 19 pages, but that's you need a full team of assistants and all that stuff to pull that kind of shit off. And I don't need a page a day, but it'd be nice to do 3 pages a week. That'd be 12 a month. That would be enough to produce about a full manga volume worth of content per year, which is what I much prefer to what we've been able to pull off so far. And I think that's what the next step in this work needs. But I gotta find the right collaborator. Art style, work dedication, page rate, right? There's a lot of that kind of stuff that will need to be done. But I have faith it can be found. I'd love to keep doing it with Maxie. But so we'll see. We'll see. There's a good chance a more personal connection with Maxie will occur around this year. We'll see. So if that occurs, maybe that could also happen that way. I don't know. Basically, I need somebody whose dream can resonate with mine, and who can understand what I'm trying to accomplish, which Maxie does, but not to the speed in which it kind of needs to happen to have any sort of footing and success. I'm not saying any, to have the right amount of footing and success to be a worthwhile adventure that we all can continue to grow from, both as artists and financially, instead of, for me, just being an artist. So we'll see. We'll see. Being an artist, a writer, whatever you want to, the artistic spectrum. But we'll see. We'll see. That is a lot of heads, Mr. Parlov. Consistent inconsistency works. Somehow. Yes, it does, Mrs. H. Ah, consistent inconsistency. Yeah, just look at what I do, Mrs. H. Just look at what I do. That is certainly being consistent in the inconsistency. Boing, boing, boing. Skip track? Sure. Oh, I appreciate you, folks. Let me see. It is. I gotta leave in about 45 at most. Um, yeah, I'm just meandering now. But I got the work done I wanted to do. That was excellent, and it was way simpler than I thought. I thought it was gonna take like 3 or 4 hours because I would have to directly cut out the stuff. Instead, it didn't. So you're going back to. I would like to. Um, I need a line artist who can carry that weight, right? Particularly in intriguing paneling and character design. That's gonna be a big one. Uh, we would have our main character design already, and then the sub lead is what it would be. It would be basically my Puck, if you're familiar with Berserk, or for Oda, it was Luffy overall. He has this built in. It's the comic relief, right? I don't want to. I want to be entertaining. I would like to throw a bit more humor into my work, but not to the level Oda does. No, closer to what Berserk does, but also without going to those depths in the same way he did, because that's just, it doesn't need to be said that way again. He did it perfectly. Um, but so we'll see. But yeah, that would be the plan because I think it's more feasible both financially and for what I want to do. I think I need more volume of content, even if it takes a less Western approach in terms of looking professional stuff. Because I've been producing for years now a, dare I say, professional industry standard, if not above, comic for years now as me, and that it's been an incredible journey. I'm so glad to be able to do it. But that's like I jumped the shark from the start, right? Like I reached very hard uh, from way on, right? Yeah, I would like to do something like that, but I need a line artist that can carry it that level, and then I would like a letterer who could also do that. In terms of more engaging lettering with Jack, I love Vince. He does great work as, like, he's not a letterer, he's a line artist. He does great work as a letterer as well. Um, but it's the it doesn't get in the way. It doesn't ruin flow or nothing, but it doesn't add as well, right? And that's something I'd like to see. Yeah, that's the bit with assistants. Couldn't pay them properly. That's the bit too, right? So I would like a line artist that either has an assistant, like a lot of colorists have their flatter, um, or I would like a line artist who's, what they want to do is draw, and so they're happy to do that and can produce, about 3 pages a week. That would be incredible. The more pages, the better. But so Maxi can do this. That's what bothers me a little bit, is that, like, he's done it many times. He's delivered 5 pages in a week sometimes with his quality, right? He's like me, and that's why we work well together. Is that there's sporadic bursts of inspiration and dedication and focus. In between a lot of spaces of, like, I don't know if it's ADD, like me it is, like you're focusing on a bunch of different stuff. So it's funny to me. So I know it's possible with that, but consistency is one of the number one things our work has lacked. And so if we can get at least that much on track, Mrs. H, your animations, has helped add that consistency, by the way, so thank you. I mean, there's been something like that again, it's consistent. Whether people notice it like that or not, it doesn't matter, because that footing is there. There's something new coming out, right? Um, and that was one of the better steps I've been able to do towards consistency. But in terms of the actual story and growth, and what I need to do with the work, now that I understand what I need to do with the work, and I'm not just in the process of figuring it out as I go, as much anyway, that would be the next step. And I've been talking about this for like 2 months now. It's same shit, but it's what I'm feeling. I have the again, I have the opening scene in my head, quite a bit of this work, but I need to also, on my end, it needs to be structured properly, which is something I haven't done with Jack. With Jack, like, I had the roughs in my head, and then I would structure each issue as a separate individual kind of deal that interlock. I need to structure this so that I can do smaller chapters, between 19, maybe 15 to 19 pages, something more closer to a manga chapter. The average, like, Shonen Jump manga chapter length, not like Berserk sometimes has 45, 50 page chapters. So it's different depending on what you're doing, right? But the more kind of standardized, quick, 5 minutes, you're done reading it kind of deal, 10 minutes, you're done reading it kind of deal. But that feed into each other on a grand scale and don't have to worry about being self-contained to the same way that I was trying to do with each Jack issue, which I'm going to do up to issue 6. Again, this other work, I would love production to start as soon as possible on it, while I finish up what I want to do with Steel Cowboy. And I think it's possible. But again, I got to have life footing. I've got to have... it would be much more possible if I was... making more money. And money's always the biggest hurdle in front of an artist. But that's the structure, the idea, and the plan so far. Basically, I have to do what Cactus Coyote has done, what Mr. Dollar Coins has done with his work, which is, his work is a one piece. It is massive in scale, and what's actually been created is massive in scale. But again, I want to do something, at least my first plan would be to do something closer to a Full Metal Alchemist, where it's a good chunk of work, but it's not insurmountable. Like Berserk is 30 years of work. One Piece has been about that now. I think Arakawa, I don't know how long, but it was, it was certainly not basically a lifetime dedicated to Full Metal. And Full Metal is one of my favorites. So anyway, and Rumiko Takahashi with Inuyasha, it goes on for about 56 volumes, right? But it's again, self-contained, and it finished within a time period in which she could then move on and do other things. And I know Inuyasha, but she did a bunch of other stuff, a ton of other stuff. Miss Takahashi has been, she is prolific, incredibly prolific. So I wouldn't want that career either. I don't think I have the capability. But at the same time, I would like to produce a work of one of those smaller but still quite satisfying scales. That maybe has a potential to do a second version, a continuation afterwards, but can be just boom and you're done. Right? Like Full Metal, they could have done a reboot and continued the story at any point. The world building strong enough, all of that, but she hasn't, which is probably a smart choice. But that's where I find myself wanting now. When I started, I just wanted an unlimited series to create my whole life, but what I've seen, the effort required, and the Western comic structure and all of these different mechanics of it, it does not appeal to me as much as it did, simply because it doesn't seem feasible. So, yeah. Catch up on chat real quick. I don't think I missed much. You can too, and then you have to balance out sudden migraine attacks. Yeah, it's no fun. Plus other things that could stand in the way these days, like the necessity to sleep. Man, sleep. That's the one thing I think might improve for me since leaving that job is I would get massive anxiety attacks basically the night before going, and I had to wake up 5:30. So I for like the last 2-3 years I've been going to work with between 4 and 5 hours of sleep at most, and I'd come home and pass out, right? And so I was doing like 3-hour stints of sleep multiple times. It's just not good for you, and I've been doing that for years. So I think at least that's one thing for sure that might improve for me, which might make a massive difference in how I feel. So we'll see. We'll see. What are we at? Oh, almost 2 hours. I think I'm going to stop in 10 minutes then, folks, and that'll give me enough time to maybe eat something before I go do this town trip with my buddy. Yeah. Yeah, that should work perfect. Cool. So, yeah, I'll stop about 10. If there's any questions or anything else, thoughts, comments, I'm always here. Thanks. Mrs. H says, I've been enjoying the work, and so far it's brought something positive. Very much so, Mrs. H. In fact, I've noticed, and it's coming from my perspective, right? So it's not... it's going to be biased by nature. But there's been a lot of things that I've done over the years that once it's occurred, other people are like, oh, and they start doing it. And that was one of them, which I liked seeing, because I was so glad that like after the first couple came in, people were like, hey, Mrs. H. I'm so happy for that. Like, I want the sphere to grow and understand its capabilities and potential, because it is infinite. You may not have the strength to do everything right away, but you can work towards it and build it. I mean, getting to the path where and the timing and meeting the right person for that thing to manifest for our work, it's something I always wanted to do, but it was something that, just could not happen at the times that I, at any other point, I guess is what I'm saying. And so, a lot of people don't stick with their stuff for long enough for it to happen. Some folks don't even... I'm surprised the amount of creators I come with I've come across, who are handicapping themselves simply based on their perception of the environment they're within. And if there's anything I can bring to the indie comics environment, it's that you are not limited and chained in this world as much as you may be leading yourself to believe you are. Particularly in the arts. That's one of the bits, right? Like how and what kind of work I produced. I think that's been the path I've been walking. Again, outside perceptions might see it differently. But from who I am, what I've been able to do, and the wonderful people I've met and worked with and worked alongside and cultivated a community for, I think that is it should be speaking for itself and continuing to push and grow. And it has. So, very proud of that. I've said it before, but like, as long as every day I can feel like I've done my utmost to foster that kind of environment with my existence, then I don't fear death. In that terms, I don't. It's just a poof. It's just lack regret. I would lack regret, and that's really good. I mean, there's a lot of things I do regret, but they're different things, right? In terms of this work. So, anywho, that's what I've tried to do the whole time. Yeah, hopefully I have. But there's perceptions outside of that, I'm certain. I've tried very hard not to step on anybody. I can't think of anybody who would be like actively angry at me. But plenty of people, I'm sure, that whose work is complicated by my existence, I guess is the best way to say. Particularly those folks, however, have decided to be on the side of don't acknowledge my existence, and like I'm fine with that. Like that's fine. It's significantly better than active conflict. I'd rather you pretend I don't exist by far. Like that's fine with me because I can do the same thing up to a point. Like there's a particular piece Mrs. H you already drew for the sketch cards. That's the sigil of one of the creators that I've not enjoyed, but a lot of people, his community that he has fostered and brought up, it has helped a lot of other indie creators. So I can respect that, but the flavor of that community, the nice way to put it, is anathema to the environment I wish would be more common within the indie comics. It's just completely against it, but it works. It gets people paid. It gets people interested, and those same people who have come up in that, a lot of them are really cool cats and have supported my work. So it's complicated. It's complicated. I'd rather it be complicated than direct and antagonistic. So that's fine with me. I've worked very hard to walk a lot of lines so that there is a common ground for a lot of people who otherwise would not have a common ground. They may not even realize they have that common ground, but at least it's there, right? Yeah. Okay, where are we at? 2 minutes. All right, I can quit it. All right. I finished this comic. I'm gonna turn off this. This track's not bad, but I want something with a bit more oomph. So give me something with oomph. That oomph to you? It's not bad, but it takes a while. Okay, where's this going? I might be okay with this. I like it. Get somewhere. This works fine. Alright, folks. I forgot to say howdy. I'm Cody with IronVerse Comics today. I forgot to say that. I appreciate you folks for joining me. And I'll catch you later on. Maybe later today. I've got a couple streams. I've got one coming Thursday at like 7:30 a.m. my time, so it's going to be fun. I've got one tonight with Justin Dutton, I believe. I'm not sure what time that is. As soon as I know what time it is, I will be posting it through Twitter and all of that if folks would like to join me. We talk about my GoFundMe. Hopefully we'll be focusing more on Jack, but you never know. I've got another tomorrow. I think it's 4 p.m. my time, which is MST. If you folks are interested with Alejandro, Mr. Infinity. So you folks will definitely catch me on other channels. But if I can be here and do another one, I'd be happy to. I really appreciate you folks. And thank you so much. Let me catch up on chat and then I'm out. Oh yeah, it was fun to draw, but you had really bad anxiety drawing it because of the background. Yeah, I can see that. It's a fun design, absolutely. No question. And I'm probably going to do a face profile of this particular character myself because I think that's going to be the easiest on the scale. That was the big challenge. That's why my Baroness was so terrible. So I'm already bad with scale, and then I have to shrink it, right? She turned out better than she could have, but she was not great. I liked my Luffy more than I could have, but even he wasn't that great. I was impressed with how I did the perspective in the hand. Like, that was my best hand I've ever done. So that was really cool. But yeah, anywho. Yeah, I'll catch you folks later. Thank you so much for joining. And you go ahead and take care. Adios, amigos, and vaya con Dios. Ooh. I gotta wait for this beat to drop. Oh, come on, you're just teasing us. It's kind of got a Sonic vibe, doesn't it? Anyway, later on, folks. All right, let's play this one.